Hey gang, welcome back to Canadian Quarters Review. I'm Mark, and it's that time of year again. Time to do some maintenance on the CF Moto. So today we're looking at doing an oil change, changing the oils in the diffs, and cleaning out the air cleaner. So it's my first time doing an oil change on this particular machine, so let's see what kind of trouble I can get myself into. You're going to want to stick around. So for a while there, I was actually worried about finding engine parts for this thing because CF Moto is not the easiest company to deal with, and I really don't have any close dealerships to me anymore. The closest one has actually stopped being a CF Moto dealership. He's actually got a lawsuit against the CF Moto Corporation. The next closest one is in Abbotsford, BC, Canada, and I've had some issues with them. And the next closest after that is in Duncan, BC, which is at least a good 6 hours away from here. So I wasn't sure where I was going to find parts. However, the fellow that was close to me here in Sicamous that's got a lawsuit against them, he was also a Can-Am dealership for many years, and he noticed that the 800cc in the CForce was actually a copy of the Can-Am 800 motor. I believe it was like a 2007 or something that they copied. So that means you go to the CF Moto dealership and you get a BRP oil filter. So that's a good bonus. We'll be able to go to the Can-Am dealership for engine parts, which is a huge relief. Not sure about the rest of it, but anyway. So the owner's manual was saying to get the engine warmed up. So I took it for a ride around the block and stuff and got it somewhat heated up. Probably could be a little bit warmer, but it seems to be okay, I would think. But the nice thing about it is that here is your oil filter, and right below the dipstick is your actual drain plug. So everything is in the same area. That's pretty handy. So what I wanted to do is crack open the oil filter first to make sure we have the right one. Because for some reason, if it ain't, then I can stop the oil change there and make sure that I do get the right one. So this is actually a 5/16. I'm sure that's supposed to be metric, but 5/16 actually works really well on this. Oh yeah, she's nice and warm. Okay, so we'll inspect the O-ring here. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me still. Let's see. There we go. Wasn't that a cute little thing? Alright, so let's unbox this and let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's the same thing. Very cool. So I'll leave a picture on the video later on as far as the model number or the part number for the filter. Just like that. All right. as Mr. Jeff Bradshaw would say, click. Those seem good and tight to me. Good. Okay, I'm just going to spray this down. It's just some brake clean that I have here. Still trying to diagnose an oil leak that I've got around here. I haven't been able to really find it. And I definitely need to spend more time with it for sure. All right, so now this requires a 17 mil. Just figures, don't it? Hang on. Just about done. All right, so I'm using 2 liters of this Mobile 1 040 synthetic. And for a little extra protection, I went with Lucas. They only had one of these Lucases left, so that's why I went for the other 2. But either way, both are great oils to use. Full synthetic is nice. Number 2. Okay, it's probably going to be hard for you guys to see here. Well, maybe not. So basically you got 2 holes at the front. I think that's to hold the diff onto the frame. But the third one here, that's your drain plug for the front diff. Okay, I just want to double check to make sure. Yeah, 14. That was close. Okay, so now we're moving on to the front diff. So where you see that socket is actually where the drain plug is, okay? And it's one of these dealies, which is a HW, where are you? HW 5/16. Probably can't see too well with the sun on the camera there, but yeah, it's a 5/16. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna try here my new suction gun that I got. Let's see how well that works. Not bad, not bad. Sorry guys, you guys haven't got a good shot there, hey? Okay, so let me just wipe this down. Okay, it's better. You guys can see better. Alright, so we're obviously not full yet, because when that diff is got the right amount of fluid, it's going to start leaking out of that spout, or that opening. Yeah, not the cleanest way to do it. I'm just gonna let it sit and wait and empty the rest of that tube in there. I thought it'd been much easier to use this gun. I'm gonna try the old-fashioned way with just a funnel. I think we got it. Yeah, I can see the fluid now. Perfect. And the fluid I'm using is actually a fluid from Yamaha for the diffs in their machines. I'll show you in a minute. The owner's manual said just like an 80-90 weight oil, but I went for this one instead just because of some of the extra additives in there, just for better protection, I hope. Okay, so that one's done. Okay, and so yeah, this is the stuff I've decided to use. And I'll be getting another bottle and doing the Grizzly next week or something too. So I have determined that the drain plug for the rear diff is going to be the same as the fill plug of the front diff. Okay, so let's see. Doesn't look too bad. I don't really ride the quad all that much. That's interesting. Yeah, not going to see much there, but anyway, we're tightening this thing back up. All right, good. Let's make sure things are nice and dry. Okay. Now I'm going to try to figure out how to get to the fill plug. So here's your fill plug at the back of the machine behind the left rear tire. So they just basically reversed the screws, or plugs, I guess, if you will. So the front, there was the hex to fill and the 14 mil to drain. In the rear here, it's exactly the opposite. The 14 mil to fill and the hex to drain. So we're gonna start filling. Okay, fluids are done. Wasn't too bad. Okay, so all the fluids are done. Motor oil has been changed, both diffs have been done. I know the antifreeze or the coolant is fine, so I'm going to leave that for now. Now we're going to move on to the air filter. I need to get set up for this, so I'll be right back in a few minutes. All right, time to go get my air filter. This is what's really cool about having a 2-up. You can just take the back seat and make yourself a little wooden box and turn your bike into a pickup, which is really cool around the property and stuff. I love it, actually. It works great for that. All right. It's been a while since I've done this. Cover pops off, and it's actually fairly simple to get at the air filter. Let me show you. That was another thing I liked about the CF Moto. Things are normally quite accessible. There's 2 clips at the back. And of course those will be the hardest ones for you to get at. Alright. I'm not looking forward to seeing how bad this filter is. Ew. It is never a good idea, guys, to leave your machines unattended like this. This is not how I usually treat my machinery. And I'm kind of ashamed of this, actually, but I'm glad that I'm doing it today because obviously it needs it. All right, let's get this off. It's just a flat blade screwdriver. And this is actually a 2-stage filter. So this pops off. I'm not quite sure why that isn't popping off. Yeah, that should just pop off. All right, cool. So that's the stacking stage. All right, so let's go do some cleaning. So, I am using this stuff right here from Maxima Racing Oils, Fab 1 for the spray on oil, and this is the Maxima air filter cleaner. So, let's take a peek at the instructions, shall we? For best results, wash off any mud or external debris with water. That would make sense. Spray the cleaner on the entire filter inside and out. And with some rubber gloves on, work the cleaner into the filter foam fibers. You allow this to do its magic for 45 to 60 seconds. The cleaner's just going to break up all the debris and dirt and stuff like that. And then you would rinse it thoroughly from the inside out with a steady stream of water. And repeat this as many times as you need to get it clean. And very important, it says, after cleaning the air filter with the Maxima air filter cleaner, submerge the air filter into warm soapy water and agitate. Remove the air filter from soapy water and rinse with warm, clean water. And allow the air filter to completely dry before re-oiling with the air filter oil. It's recommended to reapply the Maxima FFT or Fab 1 air filter oil. So maybe oil it twice is basically what they're saying, I think. Alrighty then. Can you see what I'm doing here? No. Thought maybe I could take that foam off, but nope, it's on there for good. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find myself some gloves. Aha, success. Ever feel like a proctologist whenever you put these on? Eesh. All right, so work it in. Oh, and it smells lovely. already this is looking a lot better. Let's work it in there nicely. You can actually see the CF Moto logo now. Okay, I'm going to let that do its thing. Alright, rest oil can. Smooth. Alright, so I can't do much for the massaging on the inside on this one because it's rigid. But I can at least do this. As Derek from Vice Grip Garage would say, I wonder what Reba McIntyre is doing right now. Never calls, never writes. That's great, that's eating through the gloves just nicely. Excellent. And the soap of today's choice is Dawn. Hey, I figure if it's good for ducks, why not? All right. Agitate. Couple of those troubled spots there. I'm going to try to get those out. We'll see how that works. Yeah, I think those are going to be in there for good. But obviously a far cry from when we started. And this just basically gets any leftover dirt out, but most importantly, all the cleaner out as well. Alright, let's try this guy. It's a little harder to do. this is going to be definitely much better. And I have a happy quad here. I'm gonna go see what's up with that dog. Hang on. Alright, we're back. Just needed to be let inside. He's cute, but he's high maintenance, I tell you. Alright. Alrighty, let's put these guys out in the sun. Actually, let me just rinse these off one more time. The more of that stuff we can get off, the better. Alrighty. Now to put them out in the sun. Alright, I'm just going to put them on my wall here. Shouldn't take too long to dry. I think we're going to give that air box a bit of a wipe down while we're at it. I think I'll just use some of the same cleaner. Oh yeah, can feel the hair on the chest growing already. Looks way better. I'm a lot happier with that. What the heck was that? that must be one of the clips. Aha! Remember guys, you got clips on here. Okay. Where the heck did it go? Alrighty, so it's the next day. I had to wait overnight for this stuff to completely dry. But I was going to mention, if you are an avid rider and you do quite a bit of it, it might be to your benefit to spend an extra 50 or 60 bucks and get a second filter for your machine. So you've always got a clean one on hand. Just swap them out and you can still continue riding and clean the other one when you get back. Alrighty, so this is the Fab 1 spray-on air filter oil. And I would rather use more of this than not, just in case. But I'm just going to spray the inside here first. Just got to remember that this is the oil that's going to keep your dirt particles in the filter. And it stops them from going in your engine. So that's why I was saying more oil is better than not. And they get slippery too. All right. Okay, let's start with this one too. Spray the inside too. All right. So I'm just going to let that soak in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to give it another coat. And she'll be ready to reinstall. I will be back. And we're back. So let's give this yet another spray. The cost of this cleaning kit is actually pretty inexpensive, so go ahead and be liberal with the oil. It's much cheaper than replacing your engine. All right, that should do it. So again, you're going to let that sit for a couple of minutes and then we'll get right back at it. Okay, filter time. So this just pops back into place. Okay, so the battery died while I was putting that air filter into place, but it's on there and it's ready to go. And then number 2. I guess it might be best to do this before you put everything on. All right. Okay, so here's the finished product. The battery died a second time on the camcorder, so I've got 2 dead ones now. But anyway, I went ahead and finished it off. Here's the finished product. Fully serviced machine, fresh oil in the motor, fresh oil in diffs, and a clean air filter now. She's ready to hit the trail. Now I just got to take that box off and put on the second seat. I got a 4-year-old coming over this afternoon that wants a ride, so we're going to be hitting the trail. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. So if you made it this far, please hit the subscribe and like button. Statistics tell me that 90% of you will come and watch the videos, but nobody hits the buttons. So please change those numbers for me. Do me a favor and hit them right now. I am growing so quickly. It is so exciting. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is when the monetization starts. So please help me to reach that goal. Without you guys,